It's amazing to see how one man has managed to destroy so many people's minds and brains. How this man somehow, all by his lonesome, has caused so much insanity, and how these people just seem to just they hate him, and yet they bring him up. They talk about him more than his supporters do, and they try to say things like this that just are blatantly false, all because of the hatred they have for this man, and they want to project their ideology onto everyone else. Say, oh well, this is what the person was doing. You can trust us. So, One Piece Netflix writer claims season 2 character is based on Donald Trump. Netflix writer claims as One Piece season 2 character, One Piece, yeah. A Netflix writer claims a One Piece season 2 character is based on Donald Trump, despite the character debuting in the manga all the way back in 2000. President-elect Donald Trump hasn't set foot in the White House yet, but Hollywood is already gearing up for one more Orange Man bad narratives. For more Orange Man bad narratives. Writer for the Netflix live action One Piece series, which received critical praise nearly across the board. It was actually really good. I went into it thinking that, oh, great, it's going to be like freaking, Cowboy Bebop or that terrible Death Note Netflix movie or whatever else. And I'm like, well, they changed a lot of things, but it was actually pretty fun. The emotional scenes hit the way they should. The comedy was good. The CGI, despite the fact it was obvious it was CGI, was still nice to look at. I mean, given the setting. So it was pretty good. I actually really enjoyed it. Was it great? No. From a person who doesn't really like One Piece. But I watched it and I liked it. I'm like, well, can't wait for season 2 now. Um, but you know, across the board is trying to create parallels between Trump and the comical dictator character named Wapol. Yes, because, that looks just like him, right? Spencer Bakuli, editor-in-chief at Balding Into Comics, gave an excellent description of the character, stating, introduced in manga's 131st chapter all the way back in 2000, the stocky and purple-haired Wapol is best described as a comically stereotypical dictator. His greatest accomplishment in life is his absolute ruining of his inherited drum kingdom, whose people have been left in a state of constant poverty, starvation, and sickness thanks to their monarch's own selfishness, as he regularly pillages the nation's resources in service of funding his own pleasures. So, Netflix One Piece staff writer Randy Troy is attempting to claim that the manga writer Eiichiro Oda had always intended Wapol to serve as a direct commentary on Trump. This despite the fact that he was first conceived in 2000, 16 years before Trump would enter national politics in a meaningful way. Trump derangement syndrome is real, and this dude is suffering from it. I think he needs to refill his meds. It was announced recently that Wapol will play a central villain role in the show's second season, and I think Crocodile will also be there. I think Joe Manganiello, I think, was actually confirmed to be Crocodile, which he is really good. He's a big nerd. Like, he really is. Um, so when it comes to a character like Crocodile, yeah, I really believe that he's the right person for the job. Um, so it was announced recently, blah blah blah, in season, and the main Saints of Newark star Rob Coletti would play him. Nice. Um, so here's his tweet, and we're reading it here because we'll find out in a second. One Piece inspirations. The greedy and petulant Wapol is based on Donald Trump, whose family names come from the German Drumpf, hence where Drum gets its name. It is in an almost prophetic turn from Oda. Trump's U.S. policies are riddled with healthcare management issues. If this doesn't say Trump derangement syndrome, I don't know what does. And then, of course, thanks to community notes, Oda has stated previously in One Piece logbooks that the inspiration for Drum Island came from drum rock in Canada. So once again, this person riddled with Trump derangement syndrome, who just sees Trump in everything despite hating him so much, is trying to claim that Drum Island, oh, it's Trump, Trump. That's all. It's Trump, Trump, but Trump, but Trump. Oh, what about this? What about Trump? Just Trump all the time. And the reason we talk about this is because, keep going. The post is no longer available. What do you know? He deleted it because of how utterly insane he sounds. How utterly stupid he sounds. Again, these are, I've said this before, this is a dude who thinks that he's like college educated and that, you know, he's the saneness and all this insanity. But here he is trying to equate Trump, who wasn't even relevant in politics 16 years ago when this character was created, somehow relate Trump to them as it was as if it was you know, that's what the character was based on. They did the same thing with Biff in Back to the Future. How in Back to the Future 2, there's a future Biff where, you know, he has a casino and he looks a certain way, and they're like, "Oh, was that look based on Donald Trump?" It's like, you do know what Donald Trump in the 80s was like, right? There'd be no way that his character, you know, Biff's character would be based on him. But these people are insane. They're insane. And anytime they see some kind of evil man with, you know, certain you know, personality or whatever, they automatically equate it to Trump. This is how freaking insane these people are. Yeah, we just looked at that. Of course, he was immediately hit with a community note, which pointed out that Oda had previously stated in One Piece logbooks that the inspiration for Drum Island came from drum rock in Canada. Soon after, the post vanished from Twitter. One day, I read a book and found a photo of drum rock, Oda said in the 25th logbook for One Piece. If I remember correctly, Drum Rock is located in Canada. The rock looked cool, so I drew an island called Drum Island, with a mountain called Drum Rocky. Thus, the so-called Chopper arc started. Nah. Tony Chopper! I'm so terrified with Chopper. Well, no, if they go like the Detective Pikachu route, I think Chopper is going to look really, really, really adorable. Of course, he'll probably obviously look CGI, but you know, in Detective Pikachu, Pikachu looked really good. All the Pokemon did. So if they can manage to do that with Chopper, I think we'll be good. I mean, you know, Chopper's a real beloved character. You know, he's that little small innocent. Well, it's not like he's helpless, obviously. But when he's not able to, when he's not, you know, ruining people, you know, he's in his normal little huggable, sweet, can you get much higher kind of form. So people are afraid that they might mess him up, but go the Detective Pikachu way and realistic, but stick to his character and make him very cute. You know, make sure his hat isn't like a small little thing. Make sure he's got his signature hat, you know, nice and big, barely fitting his head. If you do that, when someone pointed out that Walpole first appeared during the time in which Trump had no impact on politics, Troy doubled down. He planted seeds as early as 1986, leading to many jokes about him as the U.S. president in pop culture. No, people were, if you go back, he said that at first he didn't want really to be president. You know, go back and watch. There's a great interview with him and Oprah. You know, when she outright asked him, would he consider you know, and he kind of was hesitant with the idea, but he said, you know, if it came to it, he would, because he didn't, even at the time, if you listen to what he said back then, you see that he's still the same person. He says that he looks around America and the terrible things that are going on and how people are struggling, and he, you know, it really hurts him because America, you know, because of how America is, we should have opportunity, we should be able to, you know, so everything he said back then, he's still saying now. He hasn't changed. Everyone else has. But he's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the greatest president. No, he's very humble. He's like, no, I really don't want to be president, but you know, if it came down to it, you know, if I saw that the country was going in the wrong direction, you know, people were losing their way, I would step in. Go watch it. I mean, it's a great interview with him and Oprah. This was back when everyone loved him. You know, again, he didn't change. Everyone else did. Everyone just showed who they truly were. People who were close to him, his friends, they showed who they truly were. Probably never his friends in the first place. Just he was rich and powerful. So, but he planted seeds as early as 1986, leading to many jokes about him as a U.S. president in pop culture well into the early 2000s when drum was serialized. Even the famous Simpsons episode Bart to the Future referenced this idea, predating the start of the drum arc. Is there a One Piece Donald Trump? No. This dude is just insane. These people, despite the fact that they hate the guy, they never stop talking about him. Everything that goes wrong in this world is somehow Trump's fault. Every kind of dictator character is somehow related to Trump. Again, they do the same thing with Biff from Back to the Future. You know, all these freaking people with TDS asking Tom Wilson at conventions like, oh, is it true that Biff in the future is based on Donald Trump? And of course, Tom being the stand-up classy guy, he avoids the question, and he's not going to bring politics or anything into a discussion about Back to the Future. You know, real classy guy when it comes to it. And I saw it when he was sitting next to Christopher Lloyd, and Christopher was just kind of looking at him like all the respect in the world for the guy, showing how well he was carrying himself and how he kind of delicately got around the question without answering it, but also kind of satisfying everyone. So, you know, these people were like, oh, is it based on Donald Trump? And Orange Man bad really riles me up, but I never stop talking about him. No, the creator himself has, if basically this dude is saying, no, the creator is wrong. No, the creator is wrong. So you know he's full of crap when you know when he starts saying that the creator is wrong. He's like, no, all this started in 1986. Despite the fact that Oda was like, no, no, I got inspiration from a place in Canada. It was a place in Canada, and you know, and the character was just created around that. So when you have someone who's so insane that they're saying that the creator of One Piece is wrong, you know you're dealing with late stage TDS, and you could tell that because he deleted the post. This is just factually incorrect. Now maybe Randy here is just yeah. What? Oh. Yeah. Um, no shit, but claiming Walpole was based on Donald Trump is insane. What was this one? Also, fun fact, the magical fictional pirate story you speak of is an allegory for the real world. Hang on. Okay. I had to look for it. I've done my I've done my One Piece of this whole thing. Like this dude, freaking insane. Like these people are just insane. And this is what I mean when I say that this crap this agenda, their ideology and all their bullcrap is making their way into our fandoms. Like the creator himself was like, no, it's not Trump. It was I took a inspiration from a place in Canada. And they're like, no, it was Donald Trump. It was all the way back in 1986. Oda, the guy who created, he doesn't know what he's talking about. The seeds were sown back then. And you wonder why we speak out against this, because this is insane. These are the same people who are telling you, like, oh, we need to remove characters like orcs, and because they're harmful to black people. It's like, what? These are the people who look at orcs and automatically think of black people. These are the people who think of like flying space monkeys and will equate them to black people. These are the people who see freaking goblins or something and equate them to Jews. These are the problems. You want to know why games aren't that fun anymore and why we can't enjoy anything? Because of idiots like this. Because of idiots like this. They are the most racist, the most intolerant, and the most tending to just shove as much of their own crap into things as possible. No common sense involved, no logic. Oh, we got to remove this because of that. Oh, no, this character is based on Donald Trump. And you wonder why games are getting bad, and you wonder why comics and movies, and because of these people. These people are the reason. It's not us, the ones calling out. It's these people, these ones who have such a warped sense of reality. And then when you have the gall to say that the creator of it is wrong, it's like Rings of Power. If you're so high on yourself that you start to think that you know better than, J.R.R. Tolkien, the one who wrote Lord of the Rings, if you think you know better than him, you've reached a whole new level of delusion. This dude is completely crazy. And people like them need to stay out of our freaking fandoms. Just stay the hell out. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.